Hey, real talk, when I first stopped ignoring how weak my TV audio felt, everything changed. S218. This is for the kind of person who notices when sound doesn't hit like it should, who turns up the volume hoping that'll fix it, and who knows deep down your setup deserves better. Before anything else, take a moment to check the current price and stock, because gear this impactful doesn't stay steady once people finally hear what they're missing. You knew it was time to upgrade when movies felt hollow, music lacked presence, and every explosion or dramatic moment just fell flat. You didn't complain out loud, but you felt it, every time you reminded yourself it was fine for now. That low-grade disappointment? That's the signal you've outgrown compromise. The first night I had this soundbar running, I sat there stunned, not by volume, but by how real it suddenly felt. Dialogue stayed clear without blasting the speakers. The built-in subwoofers didn't just add boom, they added weight. And the 3D audio with Atmos? It wasn't gimmicky. It was spatial in a way that made scenes feel bigger, richer, more dimensional. That relief you get when you stop wrestling with mediocre sound? That's the feeling you'll recognize. Imagine settling into your favorite show and actually hearing footsteps shift across the room. Picture games where sound cues land where they should, not smeared through cheap hardware. Even music stops sounding like background noise and starts sounding like something you lean into because it has texture, clarity, presence. While you're thinking about that, check the availability again. Systems like this can shift in price or stock without warning, and that hesitation you talk yourself into today is the regret you'll feel later when you remember how much better your media could have sounded. If you're wondering whether a 2.1 setup is worth it, let me reframe that doubt. This isn't about arbitrary specs or flashy features. It's about finally matching your expectations to your reality. Once you've lived with clear highs, strong mids, and sub-room presence you can feel without distortion, anything weaker starts to sound thin and flat. You don't go back. You don't settle again. There's also an unexpected joy in setup simplicity. No tangled speakers all over the room. No guessing where to place things just to patch holes in your sound. You plug it in, sync it up with eARC, and it just works every time. That ease alone feels worth it once you've wrestled with cables and mismatched gear for years. You feel dialogue stay crystal clear. You hear depth you didn't expect. You stop compensating with volume. You relax into every scene. You feel proud of how it sounds. The only real downsides are that weaker systems start to annoy you, and once you hear this level of audio, anything less feels like a compromise instead of a choice. At some point, comparison loops just wear you out. You already know what good sound feels like. Don't let this be the upgrade you delay and then think about every time a big scene falls flat or a guitar riff comes through muddy. If you're ready to finally align how you hear with how you want to experience your media, check the pricing and make this yours now. Once you do, you'll realize how much closer your setup finally feels to what you always deserved.